So, last we left off, you guys had entered the Turning Spire, whereupon you found the remains of two of the mages that lived there. Archmage Ilmadia the Enlightened and Tariel the Hospitable. They seem to have been killed in some sort of magical combat, given the blood spatter and scorch marks all over the floor. However, when they were killed, something strange seemed to have happened, and they they changed into a form of undead that don't really know what it was, but it seemed to have some sort of parasite attached to it. These creatures attacked you guys. Two of you ended up getting feeble-minded and then falling in battle. Both of whom were resurrected. The feeble mind was luckily removed from Demir, but Valkyria is still under the effects of it. But you still find yourself in the room where the battle had taken place, the room where it happened. And you are now left to pick up the pieces to figure out what you want to do next.
What's Valkyria up to? Feeble-minded and all that.
Bird mode. She's probably just posted up, making weird churring crow noises and staring intently at Twig. No, Stick. Sorry, wrong one.
Twig.
Because she's in bird mode.
I'll say it's probably at this point that your brain friend and Sniv, as soon as I find his token, wander in from the hall where you had left them.
Isn't the brain friend in not Royus? Stick's mom's houses.
I believe you guys took it with you.
Yeah. Dick, for his part, being stared at, is gonna. What is he gonna do?
Insight check.
I think he's gonna come up to poor dear bird lady and be like, is she good? Lish. She good.
Just looking at Lish.
Yep, just, hey, is she gonna be okay? Like,
Has Valk like backed up or gone anywhere? Is like staying relatively in one place or is running around?
No, she's perched up on the lip of the railing and just kind of.
Okay.
I can't do crow noises.
Foaming at the mouth.
Not so much foaming, more just kind of the churring, just.
Lish just kind of raises his eyebrows, like, I cannot do anything about this until we rest.
Then I guess we take a break. Because that supremely fucking sucked.
Yes, it did.
All of us would like to at least sit down for a while.
I'll need to meditate a while, a long while.
That's,
Yeah,
yeah.
your microphone's fucked.
Yeah, your
can't hear
microphone's
you.
mic's a little muffled.
Ah.
We shouldn't rest in here though, because we don't know if the doors are locked.
Should we test the doors?
I mean, either way, doesn't sound like Demir's very keen on staying. And I can't blame her.
No, we are so bad at not finding fights and not getting ourselves nearly killed. And
Yeah.
Nearly.
Nearly headless.
No, yeah, we should probably at least step out of the tower, if not like hike a mile out or so.
We'd have to walk quite a while to get away from the tower completely, but the town seems abandoned enough that we might be fine if we squat in the house.
Back
I don't
into
know
the
about
swamp.
you. I don't trust ghost towns or swamps like that myself.
We have already secured this room.
Do we have anything to like shove up against the doors so they don't just like burst open and fucking rock our shit again?
Well, we could set up the fortress in here. How high up is the ceiling?
It's pretty high up, frankly.
We can set up the fortress in the middle.
I've got bear
Yeah.
traps.
That might come in handy. See if I
Yeah,
can
you
fly.
do. Yeah, you do.
I mean, it's an
Wishful
early
kind of-
warning system.
Lish will gesture for Stick and Zoda to back up so he can basically stick the fortress in the middle of where that stained glass lighting is.
All right.
And he crushes the brain in the process.
No.
Why don't we
Uh,
just solve that problem?
let's see. It's 60 by 60, right?
Is it?
Double check. Where
Looks like
is
20
my
by 20.
fortress? 20 by 20,
All right, let's see.
30 feet high.
All right.
20 feet would be 5 squares. 4
It's really not that high if you think about it.
Is that more or less where you want it?
More or less, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, the fact that it's not perfectly centered is gonna bother me.
I can make it centered more. If I can. It's fighting
Yeah,
me.
don't tickle our OCD on this. Close enough. Close enough.
It's
It'll
worse.
do it, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Break the boxes. 5 feet of what? Perfect. C'est magnifique. Yeah, so Lish will shoo everybody in and kind of pulls out like a ration cracker and sees if Volk is wanting a probably want a cracker.
At the emergence of the cracker, Valk kind of goes "Brr," and just kind of waddles after it.
Little known fact is that Volk is part penguin. That is the type of bird she is.
Well, no, well, no. How
Dove
else
or
do you
swan?
describe bird walks besides the parrot stomp?
Yes.
I mean, crows hop.
They do.
I'm just
hop.
throwing that out there.
Not Volk
Also-
though.
Also, pun intended, would Volk not be more of a dove?
She is whatever type of bird I need her to be at the moment.
Which
Let's be
So
honest.
is
So
totally
actually-
valid.
Valid.
It's
So
like
actually,
Demir's
currently,
accent.
because she has no fucking brain right now, she would in fact be a morning dove. Sorry, Dev.
You know, totally the
Listen.
bird that's forgetting they have wings and just walking.
Yark, 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 yark.
Lish will coax Volk into the tower via Cracker using the bit and binder method of
You want it? Go get it.
Street smarts.
Exactly.
Uh,
Do you think I should set up bear traps at the entrances to the room at large or to the fortress specifically?
To the fortress, how about? We got to get your money's worth of those traps anyways. Make it worth you hauling 18 bear traps.
It's
all this
only let me check how many is it. It's only it's only 9.
Plus Tobias's that I know Tobias
God.
has. I think we
Yeah.
have like at least somewhere between 12 to 16 of these things.
You
And I
guys
assume
find a lot
assume-
of bears or something?
No, not especially. Erin's
Demi-
just skipping around, throwing bear traps like a flower girl.
Yeah.
Demir, you have your detect magic thing going constantly, right?
Yes, I do.
So I'd like to just take this opportunity to remind you that this whole building has conjuration magic with it. The kind that's akin to extraplanar vibes. You know that this likely has some magic that is helping support it. You will also note that the doorways that you may recall from the Plane of Dreams, those also have the same sort of conjuration magic in relation to them.
I don't like this.
wait, you mean to tell us the tower that's literally floating in the air is magical in nature?
I don't think it's floating, is it?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. It's,
Oh, I thought it was just spinning.
no, it's the
okay.
Turning Spire. It's lifted above the ground and it's slowly rotating.
Okay, I thought it was.
Yeah, I had to
thought it was
fly you guys
just
up.
turning. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, Demir is like basically clinging to Lish at this point. So while she is like holding on to his arm, she is going to point out the doors and say that those are magical. This whole area is magical. I do not. I don't think we should stay here. I think this was a mistake.
Lish will just kind of hold her close and say, I think that trying to leave and potentially facing something outside of the tower isn't helpful either. It's just water and burnt out trees out there. Not a lot of cover.
Tamir will just kind of huff a little and settle down on his arm, but definitely like keeping an eye out towards all of the doors.
He's just got her and he's like just smooching her little head. And just kind of giving her little kisses. And he's also looking at where Sniv was last and kind of keeping an eye out since Valk isn't alive right now.
Niv had been examining the scorch marks. You noticed that he was trying to like gather up some of the soot with his finger and was unsuccessful, and then looked irritated and wandered into the tower.
Okay. Once he's in the tower, he'll not pay as much
Into
attention.
the fortress, excuse me.
Yes.
Is there anything anyone would like to accomplish this evening before you rest? Any conversations?
Well, once everyone's in the tower, Zoda will speak up and go, so, first of all, sorry for lying to you all.
Lying?
You asked if I was a wizard, and I said no.
Oh.
Honestly, I'm glad it's not a huge deal. Other groups I've been with have made a big deal out of it.
The lying or the you being a wizard?
Sort of both.
Hmm.
We don't exactly have the best of reputations with everybody.
Why would anybody care if you were a wizard or not?
And some people, at least from my experience, tend to think that we're only out to conduct experiments. Or
Well,
something
you
along that
are.
line. Lots of tales about hubris holes and whatnot.
Is
The
that
fact
the
that
actual
you-
term?
Oh no, absolutely. Kind of roots back to a really old story about a weapon master, actually. But over time, it sort of just changed to be about wizards instead.
Well, lying like some kind of sick little social experiment isn't exactly doing much credit to the whole wizard thing.
Guess that's fair. But when you get rejected, when you're trying to do research, because I am out here to do research for the better of everyone, and you keep getting rejected because it's fucking hubris holes, gets a little annoying.
Don't worry. I keep the hubris in check.
Thanks, Dad. Just the slightest eye roll there.
Love you, bestie.
Love you too.
Was just like, so there is hubris that needs to be kept in check.
Not necessarily. It's kept
Who
pretty
almost just
firmly in
died?
check.
Who almost just died? Is that
How's
not
that my
hubris?
fault? Oh, sure. So because someone approaches me with a sword, I have the hubris.
That's how it works, wizard.
A little bit, yeah.
Were these
Right,
things that we
right.
just fought not wizards of some kind too?
Sorry, could you say that again? Like my brain just shut off.
Were these things we just fought not like wizards too?
Yes.
Something along those lines.
I was gonna say, wait, I thought they were archmages.
Archmages
fuck's
are
that?
basically super
It's
wizards.
just like, what's the
Let's be
fuck's the
honest.
difference?
Oh, okay. Listening and learning.
I love Erin so much.
He has no idea what's going on.
Earring's really
Bitch,
using
me
that
too.
therapy.
It really just all boils down to person and motivation, and I don't think these guys had the best motivations in mind. If it's costing the loss of an entire goddess, for one.
No.
Meanwhile, my entire field of research is, well, time magic, chronergy. It's been that since before everything started happening, and since time has been destabilizing, I've been wondering if there was a way to stall it, if not stop it. So I've been devoting pretty much all of my effort into that, trying to figure out what's going on and at least buying everyone time, if not completely solving the problem in the process.
You can buy time as a time wizard.
Not necessarily buy. You know, I mean, just metaphorically.
Do
Maybe
I?
we could share some time and call them something like timeshares.
Fuck off.
I guess in a sense I can.
Man, I can't believe Volk just died again.
Wow,
Uh,
just drop dead.
What if we all just go to bed?
It's good. I'm kind of wiped.
I'm a fan
We
of that
should-
plan.
We should do watches.
We should. I'll take
We should-
first watch. Because I was supremely fucking useless that whole time. So
Come on, you're not useless.
it's episodic. Anyways, I'm taking first watch.
Toby offers to take second watch.
I'll take last watch.
I'll,
Will meditate, watch.
I think Demir is going to stay up with Stick on first watch.
All right. Are there any conversations that would like to happen while on watch?
I think Demir is kind of just in her own head. So unless Stick has something to say, I think Demir is just sitting there in silence. She's actually going to take out, let's see, let me double check my inventory. Yeah, she's gonna take out a bottle of alcohol. And it's like mostly drunk. But she will take a very very big swig and offer Stick the bottle.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Appreciate that, actually. He'll take like a good like frat boys level gulp out of that.
It's her
Not even make a
absinthe.
face. Not even make a face. And go. Yeah, that's the good shit.
Yeah. Zamir will like look at Lish and just like
Kind of looks at it. What type of liquor is it?
it's my absinthe.
He'll kind of sniff it and kind of make a little face and hand it back.
She'll take another sip as since it's been handed back to her.
Dick's gonna kind of just hunker down in his spot, cross-legged, and pull out like his field notebook. It's all fucked up. Like it's fucked up. That is a fucked up field notebook. It's been at the bottom of the bag, like knocked around and shit. It's got stains on it. And like when he flips through the pages to find a blank one, every single page is like half full. This dude like has no notes hygiene at all. But he does. He takes down some notes. With I imagine something that's like a silly little rich boy like quill and ink. And he'll just take his notes for the day and kind of flip through some pages and puts like that and puts them in here and there on other like pages that are like half full and stuff and just go at the end and snap it shut and just toss it back in his bag and put his chin in his hands and kind of glance nervously over in Zoda's direction. Like he's still worried she's just gonna drop. That's his bestie.
I still need an insight check from you.
Oh shit, for what?
You'll find out if you do well.
Oh god. An insight check to Volk?
Yep.
Jesus. Okay. My arm is being twisted, but I really don't care. I want to know what the fuck is up with this. I don't like that chuckle, Lars. Isn't a bad roll, but hang on. I gotta do math.
Ew, math in Dungeons and Dragons? Gross.
What? No,
Dude.
it's not a thing. Come on.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20.
Oh, nice.
Well, considering her charisma is, non-existent at the moment, you realize that, like, obviously she has all her eyes out because she ain't thinking about it.
Mhm.
And so, like, most of them are still watching you, and you, like, notice she licks her lips at one point in time, and you realize she's looking at you like you're a tasty morsel, and not in the sexual way, but in the, like, I will actually fucking eat you way.
I don't like that. Stick is like, shouldn't she be asleep?
Can I look over and see this intention as well?
Oh
It's-
yes.
It's pretty fucking obvious for anyone who actually pays attention for more than 2 seconds.
I'm going to take out some she like kind of made some more of those like meat dumplings before we went in. So I'm going to take some of that out and like tear off some of the bread and like toss it in Volk's direction.
Each
Feeding the
time,
bird.
each time a morsel lands, you hear a squawk. She grabs it and just.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep doing
Niv nods
that.
approvingly at the like feral grabbing and snarfing.
He comes over, tries to take some.
You know what? I'm not gonna hold that against her, and I'm also not gonna bring it up to her later, because yeah, just nah. He's still a little nervous, but like it's bird brain, and she's a creature. TM. So he's just like, well,
Stick is small and food sized.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he's inferring that, and he's just like, I'm not gonna be a dick about this one.
Okay, that's a little role play that I wanted to happen whilst she's in bird mode.
Samir is going to make sure that the little brain guy stays close to her.
All right. He sticks close.
But let's just like, I want that thing like not like keep it.
I want that brain obliterated.
Basically, he's like, I don't want to see
Stick-
it. I don't want to hear it.
Stick will pat his lap at the brain and be like, come here, little guy. Come here, little guy. We can
Roll a persuasion check.
we can look like beef jerky together, little buddy. Persuasion. Ooh. Well, Let's
see about that one.
7.
It seems pretty keen to stick close to Demir.
Oh, that's fine. He just kind of shrugs. Turns out when Stick isn't in frat boy mode, he's just a chill ass motherfucker.
Demir will put it in her lap. Screw you, Lish. And yeah, just kind of making sure that it doesn't get eaten.
All right. Are there any other conversations that would like to be had?
Well, Valk eating it would certainly solve the problem of what to do with the brain.
We're not feeding the brain to Bulk.
Not on purpose. Well, besides maybe Lish.
No, Demir is keeping the brain close. She's not letting it get ate.
All right. Any last calls for conversations?
Aaron's gonna do a painting during his watch, but that's alone and during his watch.
All right, roll a performance check.
$14.
It's not bad. You're painting.
Woo!
What
Alright.
style are you going for this time?
Kind of like swirly, more line arty kind of stuff as
Alright.
he usually does, to be honest.
It looks like a rough version of with the kind of vibes of Starry Night.
Ooh, alrighty. Alrighty.
All right. So as you all rest, I would like everyone except for Valk and Zoda, because I think you guys failed this last time, to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Right, I forgot about that.
I would like to note while they roll that when Stick goes to go sleep in the night, he does curl up on Zoda like a cat.
Aww. 11.
Toby and Sniv are doing fine.
15.
All right, 15, you're good. What
Oh,
was
wait.
that, Demir?
Oh wait, accept us because
15. Sorry.
15?
Nice.
All right, you're good. Erin?
Yeah, 15.
Awesome. Lish?
22.
Cool. Stick?
Ah, shit. Sorry.
You're good.
You said wisdom save?
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Well, that's a 4.
Okay. I'd like you to roll a d6.
None of these are d6s. There's one. Okay. 3.
3. Okay. And now a d8.
Oh Jesus. None of those are d8s. None of those are d8s. Ah, thank God. 2.
2. Okay. So let me to just take a screenshot of that, and so I can send it to you.
Oh God.
Okay. So with that, you all come to consciousness in the morning, or you assume was morning. The light doesn't really change in here. You guys do what you need to do to get ready for the day, prepare spells, etc.
Yeah. This is the first time Zoda's actually preparing her spells in plain sight. And it's mostly just sifting through her spell book, which is a simple leather tome. Just sort of like committing some things to memory.
All right.
God, it's so nice to have a long rest and let's see all my spell slots all come back.
Only to immediately spend one so we don't have a bird brain. Unless you want to keep her living vulture for a while. Living vulture, what? Yes. Clearly all vultures are undead.
All right.
Yeah, I'll do a leisurely greater restoration on Volk.
So what does that all cure?
Every condition that you currently have.
Yay! I'm normal again. Well, as normal as I get. Anyway,
Was there more things to
yeah,
cure
remember
than-
how I was taking half healing?
I don't recall.
I
Oh, he
had
was
all
taking
sorts
half
of
healing.
issues.
We cast greater restoration and you turn into a princess. Just no bird at all.
But yeah, so Valk just kind of goes from and then just and like the wings go down and she kind of smooths them out. And she just kind of sits there just like, I'm sorry, everyone. Turns to Stick, especially you.
Lish is like, you've got a little drool, just a little.
He just like woke up and he's still kind of like slumped. And he's sitting cross-legged on the floor again, so he's not like sitting on Zoda and keeping her down on the fucking floor. But he's like, he shrugs it off like it's cool. If I was like bothered, I'm not bothered. I don't give a shit. You had feather brain. And I am very small.
Well, I still want to pass on my apologies. And thank you, Lish, for helping.
You mean bringing you back to life?
That and also the fixing of my emburdened state.
Burdened.
It groans.
Hold on, I'm trying to parse what the DM just sent me.
Oh, that DM always sending people things.
Val kind of when Lish was casting the Greater Restoration, some magical crossfiring happened, and I got a glimpse of what happened here, and it would appear that the Indefinite went rogue, and that's why there was the wizard fight.
The Indefinite went rogue.
He is the
Does that
only
mean
one
we're-
unaccounted for here.
Oh, so the other two's names do fit them?
I just recognize the Indefinite distinctly, since he
Right.
has the symbol we're chasing.
These two have the symbols of the other two, correct?
It fits.
Yeah.
Hey, could we not revivify, but what's the one where you can raise really old corpses and bring back?
Speak with dead is that
Through
correct?
resurrection.
No. Speak with dead.
Well, we
That
could
was-
speak with dead, and
You could speak with dead.
that actually, it's not a bad idea. Aren't I able to prep that?
Don't we have corpses here?
Most of corpses.
Pretty sure
Yeah.
that the creatures came from corpses. So if those are still around, you could like shove the head closer to the body.
Well, they were corpses, and technically they still are. You didn't really move them anywhere, but
Yeah.
there is one over here next to Valk, and then there was one over here next to Demir. I know you guys have moved. This is just for the sake of where you guys are on the map.
Mhm. It would be
It's
one
worth a
of
shot.
my more powerful spells, but
I mean, if you think it's a good idea, then sure. I'm satisfied with how much information we've found already, but while we're here, if you think you want to get more, be my guest.
well, that's the whole entire point of this mission, is to get information.
And I guess more importantly, it doesn't require us opening one of those other doors.
No, we can do it here.
Yeah, exactly.
Just excuse me while I consult the gods so I can prep the spell.
How many questions do you get to ask for that?
Working on it. 5 questions.
Cool. Right, commune is the one with 3 questions.
Wait, can I do both speak with dead and commune? Or no,
think-
commune's gods,
I'm pretty
right?
sure
Commune
Commune's
is you're speaking with gods.
Yes.
It's just I get the number of questions mixed up for each spell.
It's not 3 every time. I thought it was 3.
And commune's much higher level. So yeah, we get 5 questions per corpse. It only knows what it knew in life, including languages. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and they are not obligated to answer the truth if we are hostile or recognizes that we're an enemy, which we aren't. Although I could zone of truth as well. That's a different spell level.
They're your slots, buddy.
Let me just double check zone of truth before burning 3 spells on this little mission.
Well, you'll want to cast Speak with Dead first, otherwise it won't be affected by Zone of
Mhm.
Truth. So actually, because of that, one of the corpses will be able to tell lies if it wants to.
If they don't, but that's if they failed the save.
Mhm. Well, you're casting Speak with
Yeah.
Dead on one of them, and then casting Zone of Truth, and then you'd have to cast Speak with Dead on the other. I don't
No,
think you can have two going at the same time.
no, it's not concentration. It's just a duration.
Okay. So what, in that case, what are you going to do to prevent the corpses from answering at the same time?
That's also true.
You could name them.
I think they come with names, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
So, do we want to set up a zone of truth and try that?
Well, to be fair, unless you ask something that's like extremely confidential or something, they shouldn't have
Yeah.
much reason to lie to us.
And also, if we're obvious in our intentions to stop their murderer, that would indicate that they are not enemies. Of course, weren't these guys racist?
Were they?
I don't know. Weren't
I mean, we
Elite
haven't
maybe.
we haven't found anything that would suggest that. But
well, no, aren't these guys from the regime that was elves first?
I mean, elves are typically racist in fantasy. I will give you that, but we don't know.
They
excuse-
were.
History professors.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Roll a history check.
Oh, not me. I'm asking
Anyone
the
who
history
wants to.
people.
Stick to your time to shine.
I know I'm literally rolling right now.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
You just weren't-
we
you just
can't
weren't saying-
see or hear that.
Yeah, you weren't saying anything, so I wasn't sure.
I'm muted. I can't just.
I know. It's all good. I was just making sure.
Don't rush me. I'm going.
I'm
through it.
not. I'm not trying to. I swear.
17.
17. I mean, you really have no reason to believe that they're racist in one way or another. The way that it's typically described historically is that, I mean, compared to elves, humans like live short, fast lives and have a bunch of children. Like, just in comparison. And so the elvish society spanned most of the continent, and then some humans were in this one town just started kind of spreading because that's what they do. And
We're rabbits in Australia.
yeah, pretty much. And people started like taking up arms on both sides because the humans needed the space to thrive, and the elves were already there. And eventually, because the humans were so many, they pushed the elves over to the East Coast. But given that knowledge, you don't really know if these people are going to be racist or not.
The stick just gives a real big shrug and goes, I mean, signs point to no, but it's not really
Yeah.
like, it's not set in stone or anything. They could be, but also they could just not be. I don't fucking
Okay,
know.
let's do a party vote since Valk does not want to be the deciding factor on this. Do we want to cast Zone of Truth to know if they're telling the truth or lying, but in doing so, potentially being viewed as hostile for having casted the Zone of Truth? Wait, no, we can just use Zone of Truth because they can't comprehend anything that has happened since it died.
It is my belief that the dead generally won't lie when answering.
Yeah, again, unless we ask something that's like extremely confidential to them, they probably don't have a reason to lie to us in the first place.
They should be compelled to tell us their truth, should they not?
Oh, they don't count as a creature.
Well, there you go.
Yep, well,
Okay,
there you
zone
go.
of truth won't even work.
Hashtag
Figured it
share my
out.
truth.
Damn
Never
you,
mind.
Wizards of the Coast! You figured this out ahead of time.
Well, we can ask similar questions to the two of them and compare and contrast answers.
We should confirm what killed them for sure.
Oh,
we should
it's
confirm. We should
it's the
confirm what
indefinite.
happened to Idarin. Yeah, it's absolutely him, but we need to make sure.
yes.
They probably won't give us detailed answers, but any answers will do.
So we should probably brainstorm our 5 questions that we want to ask, or potential questions we want to ask depending upon answers. So we don't ask stupid questions and get caught in like the genie, oh, we accidentally wished for a thing that we didn't want to wish for situation.
What questions?
We probably want to know if the indefinite had any sort of weaknesses, or if there's any knowledge that we could gain on him. I agree with Zoto. We should probably confirm that they were indeed murdered by the indefinite, so we can then inform them that we are acting to stop them, to make sure that they are aware that we're on their side and not hostile. Beyond that, I've been part of the time cake situation for less time. Oh, perhaps we should ask Levy. Sorry, Felix.
Very sorry.
I think the first 2 questions we should ask are, did Idarin kill you? And probably just like, where is he now? Probably, where did he go? I think also we should ask if Mistra's truly gone.
They don't. They would only know if Mistra left before they died. They don't know anything about about what happened after their death.
What about his plan?
If
What
they
was he
knew his
doing?
plan.
I think it's pretty obvious he killed them.
Hmm.
I doubt we did it. So,
Let's not know.
pretty obvious who killed them. We just ask them what they know about him and his plan. How
Yeah,
they know to stop him. Where he would be. They might even know us, for all we know.
That
They
is
may have
also a
been
good
here
point.
Before.
well, there's only one way to find out.
Should we contact Levy and see if there's anything that she has discovered in her research that could guide our questioning of these two?
Said that she would gather her notes. What time is it?
Like 7 in the morning.
So 4-ish for her.
Yeah, it's a little late for Levy.
Well, we could begin our search and then ask the corpses.
I don't think we should go further into the tower.
I
This
agree.
whole place
It's
is filled with magic. Planar magic. I think that if we go any further, we risk who knows what at this point.
there's no
But it's
telling what's
too
in the
much.
other rooms. There's no telling if we'll be able to double back. So I'm with Demir. It's a bad idea.
The tower is its own like separate space, like Tasha's or the dragon guys was.
Oh. Well, actually, I did have my magic eyes in Maxim's demi-plane. Is this similar?
Yeah, pretty similar.
Actually, this is very much like Maxim's hideout.
Hmm.
I don't think not investigating the tower is an option. We need to have as much information in regards to the indefinite as possible.
But it shouldn't come at the cost of our own lives.
We
Or restarting whatever
nearly,
loop you're stuck in.
we nearly died, Volk.
We've got a lot of information, and we have a lead too, don't we? There's an ancient temple outside Uvila. So we have a place we could go to next for more answers that maybe doesn't involve fighting more strange parasite things that turn the ground mushy. You guys can always come back when you're ready. I don't think that it's going to go away anytime soon. It's a giant tower after all.
We may have
However,
defeated the biggest
I wouldn't-
things in here.
I wouldn't be terribly surprised if it went away. It's its own little magic place, and
magic is
we've-
falling apart.
Yeah, and I think we've seen this area having been destroyed before.
I don't think we can
So-
risk not having the information that this place offers if it could be the difference between saving all of reality and me dying. I choose reality.
Yeah, I'm with
Good
Volk,
for
I think.
you.
Well, if you're not comfortable progressing further into the tower, you could sit this one out if need be. I can't risk not knowing what's in here with good conscience when so much is on the line.
We should speak to the corpses. Maybe we can find out what's in the tower from them.
Also, we could ask about booby traps.
That
But-
was what I was saying. We can ask them what's in the tower. if
Okay,
they-
that would certainly be one of our 5 questions.
I think one of our questions is we ask them, what was his plan and what and how to stop it if they know. Then we ask them about what is in the tower.
So, question 1, what was the indefinite's plan? 2, how can we stop it? And 3, is there any dangers in the tower that we can avoid? Should we leave the next 2 open in case if we need to ask follow-up questions?
That seems wise to me. Because they might say something that we do need to follow up on.
Okay. And it only answers the questions I ask. So you guys can ask questions of me and each other without triggering the corpse,
That's good to know.
judging by how the spell is worded. Correct, DM?
Yes.
Okay. So I just need to be quite careful about asking questions, or I could write down a question if I need to ask you guys a question. Okay, is there
Yeah.
anything that I can do to prep the body to make sure that it would work? Indeed, the spell would happen.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's a saving throw or anything. I think it just happens. But which corpse are you going to ask first? There was the one that was up here, then there was the one that was over here.
I think we should ask
Do
the
we-
woman.
Do we have them identified? Because I forgot to write down the names of the other 2 archmages, and I kind of want to label them for my notes.
Yeah, have
You
we
do not know which one is which, but I was referring to them by their correct pronouns during the battle.
So there's the enlightened and the hospitable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to
We
attempt
should-
to do the apostrophe names because I'm being kind to myself.
Il
have we-
Medea and Teriel.
El Medea was the leader here. You might want to start with her.
These bodies have not been looted by us yet. Can we go over their bodies before we cast this?
Roll an investigation check.
We should also probably reunite the heads with the appropriate bodies.
As I said, they are united. They're a corpse. I just used the demi-lich token because that's what I had.
Okay.
Lish, what did you get?
12.
They honestly don't seem to have much on their person. There's the skeletal remains and then whatever parasitic thing was holding them together.
Lish is gonna just take a little bit of either like hair or cloth from their clothes just to have.
Okay. It would be cloth.
Well,
Actually,
carry out your business.
shouldn't we actually ask the secondary corpse first, in case if he says a question or answers a question in such a way that we would need the answer from the more knowing person?
Probably.
I mean, either or. I think that she would probably have more answers for us, but I suppose they were somewhat equals.
Okay, I think we've done all the prep that we can. I am going to cast the spell first on Tyrrell the hospitable, or the corpse that I believe to be Tyrrell the hospitable
In
first.
which one do you believe? There
Well,
was there
do
was
they
one here.
Do they not have their necklace on them?
They do not have necklaces on them.
Is one or other of the corpses more obviously male or female?
Would you like to roll a medicine check to find out?
Sure. I think I have decent enough stats on that one.
Gotta check their hip bones.
That is all they have left, isn't it?
Joke's on you. They're transgender.
20.
And 20. So the one over here you feel like is more masculine.
Well, that's the best I have to go off of.
Okay.
Is there anything in particular I need to do for the... Okay, just some burning incense. So I light some nice candles and
So
do the...
you prop up the corpse against the bench and it's kind of slumped to the side. You set out your candles and incense in front of it and set them ablaze.
Actually, I would set the corpse up on its throne
Okay, you're taking
to
it
show
over.
respect.
Okay.
Mm.
So you set it up on the throne and cast the spell, and when you do, it's like air is sucked into the bones and it kind of picks up its head to look at you.
Horrible.
Greeting, Terrell the hospitable. We are the Wild Roses, and we are on a quest to reverse the destruction that the indefinite caused. What was the indefinite's plan?
He wished to harness powerful magic in order to pluck the things from history that he wanted.
Out of character. What were the other two questions we were definitely going to ask? My brain's a sieve this morning.
The second one was, how do we stop it?
Hmm.
How do we stop his plan?
Okay, back in character. How do we stop him?
I'm uncertain. I tried to stop him myself.
Well, fuck a doodle do. And the third question, guys?
What's in the tower?
Oh. What defenses in the tower do we need to avoid to be able to gain the information to stop the indefinite?
The rooms were built to be confusing to those who do not wield magic. It will be difficult to continue on unless you can create a limited dispel. You can move through the rooms freely and find our lost experiments.
Well, it's a good thing we have a wizard with us.
I have dispels, I believe.
And I think I can prep some dispels, but I don't. I'm using up my big slots to do this.
Figure it out. Can you ask him what experience we should look for? Is that a good idea, everyone?
What more were they experimenting on?
That's sort of what I want to find out. I'm curious what of those experiments could possibly help us.
Lish kind of gives Zoda a side eye.
What? He's recommending we find them. So clearly there's something among them that would help out.
Okay. Asking the corpse. Which of these experiments would be of most aid to us?
I was trying to figure out how to make a healing potion more accessible to the common folk. I did not complete this experiment. There are scrolls and daggers. There is a lantern created by our leader that can reveal the unseen.
See, that sounds helpful.
That does sound helpful.
Does it use the blood of babies or something to do it, though?
One way to find out, I suppose. I'd hope that someone called the hospitable wouldn't be using that.
Well, last question, guys.
Curious how much they know about everything regarding the time situation.
Do you think they would know where the indefinite is? Do you think he's here?
They
Does he
wouldn't
have
know
a-
anything that happened after their deaths. So any questions would be procuring information from before they died. So we could query about
Have
if
a laboratory or another hideout somewhere?
or if these things were happening before they died.
Or maybe we should find out more about him. They might know
Description, perhaps? Or
where he's
something
most
he
likely to
owned?
have gone or anything.
We could ask if they're aware of him having additional resources outside of the tower.
I think we should find a location or something he owned. Easier to find or easier to scry.
So we should ask. This is a question. This is not a question. This is not a question. I'm not asking a question. So you suggest that we should inquire in regards to the indefinite resources. I can't finish this sentence without it being a question.
We should
Not
ask
his
about.
Okay, at
resources.
this point, Val grabs rips a little piece of paper and starts scribbling and holds up. So we should ask about the indefinite resources within the tower and outside the tower? Question mark?
Perhaps
Maybe what they
What-
know about him.
what and where laboratory or other spaces he used. That would include here and there, wherever there may be.
That's right. If he had other laboratories outside the tower, maybe we could see if they're still intact.
Exactly. Okay. I turn back to fuck. Which one is this? The
The
hospitable.
hospital.
Okay.
Teriel the Hospitable.
Senor Hospitable. What areas was the indefinite using for his come on brain, what's the word?
Work.
Work, research, experiments.
Work, research, endeavors for his endeavors.
He had his own study near within the tower, as we all did.
And with that, the last of the air leaves the body and the head just drops back to the side.
Well, at least now we know he doesn't have anything outside here. Whether or not
That
we want
he
to go
knew
find
of.
it is another question entirely.
Okay.
We
Before
should
we
locate this lab before we go.
Probably.
should we do searching before we ask the second corpse?
That
Well,
might be smart. We'll gain a better idea of what it is we need to know.
Yeah.
Perhaps a more detailed description of what is in this tower.
They said it's difficult to navigate without magic and dispelling. And that it is confusing and can trap us. We really want to go into it.
Unfortunately, yes. We could leave a rear guard that could go and get additional assistance if we get stuck.
That has never worked before.
Well, we could leave Sniv with resources in case if he needs to go get Levy.
I don't know if I believe Sniv could get back to the city, let alone get out of this tower.
We've been here before. Knowing us, we probably just charged into the tower and died. I wouldn't be surprised if our own corpses are up there. We need more than just us. Maybe we can take the body of the other one.
Road questions on the go. I definitely bring up a good point. We should definitely save
Okay, hang on.
talking to someone.
Finish first.
I don't love the visual, but if we do encounter dead versions of us, they will probably have helpful information they can give Volk.
If they don't try and kill us first.
Why would you? Okay, this is gonna sound
I don't
extremely.
hate you. I don't
This is
hate
gonna
any
sound
of you that
extremely
much.
existential. But why would you want to kill yourself?
You're new here.
I don't like this turn of the conversation.
Neither do I. Anyway, if you're so concerned about searching this tower, and you're so concerned about this not being here, why not just ask the other wizard if it'll still be here if we leave?
They don't know things about the future, and they can't
But
conjecture
they
about the
made
future.
but they made the tower before they died. Therefore, they would know if it has a lifespan, so to speak.
But the problem is, even if the lifespan's 10, 100, a million years, that time can just go whoop with the destabilization of time.
But
We might leave and we might not be able to come back.
But it'd be better to know if we can than not know.
The
We're
thing
already
is,
here, and I think that we should finish what we started. We will be careful. I have dispels.
we can bring we could always Yorick the Enlightened. The corpse only needs to have the mouth to be able to speak to us, so.
Fine, do it.
Okay. So you behead the other corpse?
That might piss off the corpse. Do you know what? I just fucking backpack the corpse.
Okay.
Is that not going to hinder you? We can put the head inside of my bag.
I want to wait. No. Oh, can't comprehend anything that happened since they died. Yeah, we can just Yorick it. Never mind.
It doesn't know that it wasn't beheaded.
It wouldn't
Plus, who's to say-
comprehend that
yeah,
we
the
beheaded it.
indefinite wasn't the one who cut their head off. Very unfortunate. Moving on.
We're also, we should probably take the other head with us out of the tower, because in 10 days we can ask again.
If you'd like.
Well,
Do we
How long are
need
you just
both?
planning on carrying around corpse heads?
To save the universe, yes.
How mighty 9 of you.
Do you think we need both?
They were working on separate experiments and they have their own secrets. So unfortunately, yes.
Well, I'll just do it then.
Well-
penny in for a pound.
Falk beheads the corpses.
All right. You can add Archmage heads ×2 to your inventory.
I'll put him in my bag.
Okay. We have
I don't need
Archmage
to
heads.
breathe.
All right.
Oh, wait, before I behead them and stick them in the bag, Aaron, could I have a paint for a moment?
Oh, of course, of course. Normal or magical?
Normal. I'm just adding a approximation of the runes to their foreheads to aid in identifying who is who.
Ah, sure, yeah.
Lish kind of grimaces.
You got to do what you got to do. So I add a simplified version of their identifying runes to their foreheads, and
Alright.
then I whack the heads off.
All right.
We now have Archmage heads. For portable question answering.
Shall
Okay.
we go through a door?
Looking around, are there any like any of the doors, do they stand out as one being more magical, or any different readings that I can get off of them if I study them?
Not really. They all seem pretty similar.
Well, if it's anything like the dreaming, they might all lead to the same place.
Perhaps.
So should we do
Meeny, miny, mo.
and
If the
send
rooms are-
someone
if-
in with a tethered rope again?
If the rooms themselves are protected by illusion, we might not know what we're looking for until we actually dispel something. So we might need to choose carefully.
Amir can tell what kind of magics are in front of her.
I
And
mean, if
they're
it's all illusion, then it's all illusion.
How much of it is illusion here?
Just
conjuration.
like conjuration. I mean, there's a little bit of abjuration kind of sprinkled around. And then, of course, the scorch marks have auras of evocation, but, you know.
So that's currently not prepped.
I have 8 uses of dispel magic if I burn up everything. So
Sadly,
have-
sadly, I never got the chance to find any writings on dispel magic. I could counter spells, but that's about it.
Counterspell can save your fucking life.
It can save your fucking life, but Zoda's basically saying, you're the only source of dispel magic. Sorry.
No, I can take 10 minutes and prep the spell. It's just would count against Speak with Dead. So I really only have 3 dispels.
I mean, it's better than none.
Yep. So if you give me 10 minutes to continue spell book modification or prayer modifications, and then we can come up with a plan for delving through the doorways.
Pick a doorway, any doorway.
Going spelunking.
Alicia's gonna go and examine the doors while Volk is prepping.
Okay. They look like doors.
They are all reading the same. I think they might all go to the same place.
They have latches, they have locks, they have handles. What's the
They've got handles, yeah. But they're wooden doors.
I check them for traps.
All right, roll investigation check.
My investigation is shit.
Well, unfortunately, I need to give up that one. Okay, I figured out my spells.
That's a 12.
Doesn't seem to be trapped.
What
Which is huh?
magic eye lady? What kind of magic is on the doors?
They're all the same. It's conjuration.
Perhaps we can open them from afar. Or dispel magic on the doors.
But if the door is merely a portal to elsewhere in the tower, we would still need to be able to get to elsewhere in the tower. So, wizard, do you have mage hand?
I have a name, you know.
Sorry, Zoda.
Thank you. Yes, I do know that spell.
Well, we can mage hand a door.
Everybody stand back then.
All right, which door are you going for?
Dealer's choice.
Right by the throne, perhaps.
One by the throne, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So there's this door and then there's this door.
Lesh, which one feels more lucky to you, left or right?
Right.
All right. Zoda will stand. Mage Hand's got a pretty decent range. Zoda will stay 10 to 15 feet away. And I meant to just look at that, but you know, sure. Not 3-foot range, sure. She'll stand 15 feet away and open the door with Mage Hand. It's
Oh,
sort
if
of
it's-
like a green facade of her own hand.
Actually, if
Lish-
the range is 30 feet, we should be the full 30 feet.
Yeah, and Lish is gonna kind of loop his arm around Demir's waist and pull her even kind of farther back. And just say, everybody back.
Valk's gonna post up next to Zoda with shield to help if there's a blast or anything.
All right. So you use Mage Hand to pull open the door. And upon swinging open, there is no blast or anything. There's instead what seems to be a curtain of kind of shimmery opalescence in the doorway.
Yay, a portal.
That must be the rooms that Tariel was talking about. Well, at least the doors are not trapped.
So do we want to go through and dispel or dispel and go through? I'm questionable about the dispel and go through because that might get rid of the ability to go through.
Yes.
I'm not the one dispelling the magic, so I'm gonna let that be his call.
Well, I can be the first guinea pig. Use one of my dispel or go in, use one of my dispels.
You might lose yourself in there. How about you step through and then come back? Or just put your head through?
Also, we should definitely tether.
Yes.
Well, cue the D&D being completely and utterly afraid of a door.
At least
Okay.
it's not locked.
Yep. Okay, tether me up. I'm going in.
50 feet of rope. Are your wings out or not?
Not. Because if I dispel, it could catch them. And I'd rather be able to activate them if I need them.
Don't cast anything once you get through.
Okay.
Just come back.
Go in, come back, share findings. Got it.
Yes.
You know what? Fuck it. I have enough force. I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith before I go in.
Okay.
Just for the extra AC, just in case. Okay. I go in.
All right.
Or wait,
Roll-
if I don't come out in 30 seconds, pull me out. Okay. I go in.
Okay. Roll an Arcana check.
Well, fuck a doodle do. 16.
16. All right. Yeah, that'll do it. You find yourself in a comfortable sort of sitting room.
Nothing of note. No perception checks.
I mean, do you want to?
I have 30 seconds. I am going to do a quick perception.
All right. Hold on. I can actually bring you over to the map for this. Just a sec. I need to move everyone else off of the map because I figured you'd be going in together.
Well, it's 30 seconds
yeah.
and I'm about to come back out. So I got a 17. Anything of note?
You see some magical lighting. You see tables off to the side, some with vases. You see this looks more like an elvish meeting area, though there is a statue of Mistra here.
Hmm. Well, and what's are on all these little tables?
A couple of them have vases, a couple of them have books. There's a tea set on one of them.
And the one that's right next to me.
There is a silver tray that the servant would probably use to bring food to people sitting in here, but it is empty.
Well, fuck it. I grab that and go back through.
Okay. I'll bring you back.
I pop back through the door. I didn't notice any resistance going back through the door, only going through the door, correct?
Only going through.
Okay. So I pop back through, lift up the tray and go, tea, ma'am.
And what did you find?
I set down the tray and go, a sitting room. There was some sort of resistance when I stepped through the door, but nothing I wasn't able to handle, obviously. That room appears to be some sort of meeting place. There was a statue of the goddess, and there were several tables with stuff on it. This was the closest table, so I grabbed it to see what walking through doorways affects stuff. But we should probably go through and check to see if there's anything of magical note in that room, since some of the things were displayed properly. There were some books that could be spell books, which could be helpful.
Please make sure you marked off the dispel you used to get through the door.
Oh, it actually used a dispel to go
Yes.
through the door? Okay. So that's what that Arcana check was.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So it seemed like the portal is a barrier then that required a dispel?
Yes, although
It's one way we could find out, probably.
if
Demir,
we
Demir, does the entryway have read differently than the rest of the room?
Does the now that the door is open, has the magic changed at all?
Yeah, like maybe there's some abjuration or illusion in
The
there. I wouldn't
magic
know.
has not faded. You get the impression that the dispel magic is to assist in the navigation through these little pockets in the demi-plane.
I think it's more about getting through the different planes.
A key, as it were.
Something like that.
I guess that makes sense.
Well, there's one way to see if the key is reusable or if it gets used with each passage.
Was there anything moving, any enemies that you could see in there?
As I was only in there for 30 seconds, as agreed upon. The only thing of note were the series of tables with potential items on it and the statue.
Fair enough. Are we going through then?
We should limit how many people go through just in case if each dispel is for a singular passage as opposed to the doors then just opened.
Well, if we break it up, then that's using more dispels to get back and forth.
It was only through walking one way that I had that the spell power was used.
Well, if it's a magical barrier of some kind, or just a portal or something like that, if you just spell it, and it should be possible to get multiple people through while it's spelled.
Who knows how they set up the spell?
No one, but seems logical to me that that's how that'd work.
Well, we can send me back through, see if it affects me again, and then we could send someone else through to see if it's a timing thing.
Or we
Why
could
not?
just dispel
Why
the
can't I-
barrier.
Let me just try and dispel the whole thing.
Do you honestly think you're that powerful compared to these people?
I can only try.
Fair enough.
Not sure the Archmage would have suggested it if we weren't capable of it.
Well, Lish, here's the rope.
I'm not going to go through. I'm going to do it from here.
Okay.
I'm going to cast, I think I can cast it at a higher level to see.
How long would you say this conversation was?
Like maybe 2 minutes, if that.
Okay.
So it's a window of opportunity.
Give hints as the DM sometimes.
I mean, half the time the hints are misconstrued as being ominous, so that's fair.
I think
Uh,
if we're going in, we should just go in. Don't know.
and see where it
How
takes
much?
us.
I don't know how much splitting us up or doing it in sections is going to help if we have to use a charge, a dispel every time we go through a door.
I have to use one for each person going through. the
Or is it
portal.
it gives us a window of opportunity for everyone? One way
We
to
do
find
not
out.
know.
Okay, well here's the way I see it. Even the most powerful wizards have a finite, like, sort of well of magic to pull from. And I don't think that the three archmages would be very keen on constantly casting spells to get through. So one dispel should probably pay the ticket for all of us.
We can certainly test it. Does somebody else besides Volk want to try and go through right now and see if it takes another charge?
I'll go with you.
We should probably either go all as a unit to see if it's just one spell for multiple people, so we don't get separated. And this is obviously the safest room.
Let's go then. I can get us out of this tower if we need to.
Okay.
Mhm.
I've got something prepared for that as well, if we really need it.
Do
Which
we,
is,
Do you know what a magic circle is?
yes.
I'm able to make those. I've got the supplies on me.
do we want to leave Sniv as a rear guard in case if we get stuck for an extended period of time?
Do you intend to leave him behind completely?
No.
Then we should not separate. Shall we?
Okay.
Sure.
I pick up Sniv.
All right. So how long, once again, has this conversation taken?
It's been like
Probably 3-4 minutes at this point.
3 to 4 minutes.
Okay. You all head back into the sitting room.
We conga
We'll
line.
head. Yeah,
Right.
Lish is holding on to Demir's hand.
Just a second. Let's see. I'll put Sniv there. Rest of you are all coming in.
Zoop in from the void.
Yeah.
Making sure the brain's following us.
Yeah. I'll move the yet to be named brain on in a second.
Clearly, we should name him Brian.
To be
Or
fair,
Greg.
I've been
Brian
calling him Mr.
Johnson.
Brainly personally.
It's Brian Johnson, the most unique name.
Sir Brian Brainley Johnson, Esquire.
The third.
The third. It's Demir's brain. She gets the honor of naming it. But anyway.
I was gonna say, okay.
Yeah, I didn't get to name the creature I kidnapped.
Well, that's because he already came with one. All right. So,
the brain has.
Oh, DM, what do my magic eyes see?
Let's see. You see,
Oh, but more importantly, did we use a spell slot going through the door?
no.
Okay, so there is a window of opportunity for multiple people. That is
Okay.
good news.
You didn't use one going through, you used one coming back.
No, I used one going through the first time.
Going through, yes.
And
Oh,
it
okay.
didn't require one going back.
Well, I didn't use one. Did you use one?
Did I use one, DM?
Nope.
Yay.
Let's explore in here.
so
You
for a
have
couple,
some things. Let's keep looking.
I've got an immediate question.
All right. Hold on.
But first, Demir. Yeah.
Demir, you see evocation coming from the various lights. And then for the various water features, you see transmutation. So like there's a little like bubbling hand washing thing there, and then there seems to be just an extra basin of water there.
Okay, I'll point those out and just
This is
So-
all evocation too.
okay. This is evocation. These are transmutation. Don't go up to them or touch them.
Any reads off of the things on the tables?
Tables seem to be mundane.
Well, we should probably check the books.
I'll get on that in a second. DM, what are these two things in the like the yellow and red pools of liquid? I think. I'm not sure what those are. Like, well, they both look like cauldrons, but
Well, they're not cauldrons. This one's a table. This one is a wine rack.
okay. All right, let's get looking then. I'm gonna have Zoda read this book over here.
Okay. Hold on, let me check your languages.
If it's an Elvish, I don't think Zoda knows Elvish.
It's an Elvish.
Well, whatever it is, I can't read it.
Yeah. I'll take it and take a look at it.
Be my guest.
I do speak Elvish.
This is smut.
Oh, interesting.
This
Close
is
it
in
and put it in my
Elvish.
bag.
This is in Elvish, a ritual of body worship, and has various diagrams of
The hell
Elvish
were they up to
anatomy.
over here?
Ah, I'm just going to close that and put it in my bag.
As she does that, Zoda's giving her like a one eyebrow cock, sort of just like, okay. I don't know what that is, but clearly you want to keep it. Just sort of from her expression.
It's just a mundane reading.
All right then. The rest of these books are probably in Elvish too. Then makes sense.
Are there any books? So there's a book here.
I see
a
one over
book
here as well.
here.
That might be a closed book right there.
That one's
Yeah.
a pillow on the green mat.
Okay. So I'm going to go over to this book and see what it's about. If this is the book.
This one is another romance one that's less smutty than the other one, but it's titled You're the Moon to My Stars and We Complement Each Other Perfectly. And it's about two elves who are very new to the relationship and they're trying to figure out how to navigate it. And one of the elves has chronic pain, and the other elf is trying to figure out how best to help them. And
Cool.
you're
Sounds
very,
sounds
much
very
getting
wholesome.
the impression that this is not where the archmages did all of their heavy reading. This is where they came to relax.
It's their orgy room.
That one's very
What's
wholesome compared
called
to
the
the
one
one.
needs an
connection of our
orgy room.
stars or something like that.
Huh?
What was that one called? The connection of our
Yeah.
stars.
I think it's like
I'm adding
You're
it
the
to my
moon to my
inventory.
stars, and we complement each other perfectly.
Okay, the moon to our stars. All right, gonna add that.
Zoda's
These were some
completely
horny
unaware.
ass mages, guys.
Zoda's completely unaware of what this book's about. Meanwhile, so she's sort of just gonna like scan sort of the edges of the room for like anything. It's
Right.
probably just all vases, but
Yeah, there's some vases, there's some nice tea sets and stuff. Lish, what are you looking at?
Can I please come and look at is it a table? Is it a pool? What is this blue thing that I was told not to touch?
That is a more of like a source of drinking water.
Can I cast identify on it?
Sure. You cast identify. It is built into the tower itself, but there's the added bit of it that is the spell create water.
Interesting. Just a water source here.
Did Demir say out loud these are horny wizards?
I
Yeah.
don't think
Valk walks up and looks at the book titles as well, able to read Elvish as well, and goes, huh.
Wait, so
And
what are those
something-
books about then?
Something interesting, Volk. Lish says with a wry smile.
New additions for my collection. Are there any other horny books that I could pocket?
Roll an investigation check.
Hell yeah.
You have
18.
a collection.
18.
So you get the impression that elvish smut titles, or romance novels at least, tend to have like kind of stupid long names. But you find
So they're
to your-
light novels.
yeah. To your joy, I tether not a lot, just forever. And this one is about two people who are in a relationship with one another, and their mutual friend starts to try to set them up together, not knowing that they're already in a relationship. They just don't feel ready to let all of their friends know yet.
Anyway, so Valk very thoroughly checks the books. You could just give me the list of smut later so we can move forward.
Okay.
And I
Sure.
will be right back.
All right. I mean, they're not all smut. Like there's a decent number of romance. There's a couple of adventure stories. But
Anything
yeah,
smut or romance, Valk pockets.
cool.
I see 2 doors up here. I'm not sure if those are actual parts of the map, but
They are not. This was just the map I found.
okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Can Lish take a look at this circle in the middle of the room and maybe do an Arcana check to see if he can tell what it's about?
Sure. Roll an Arcana check.
9.
9. You're not really sure.
Demir, you're the one who knows these circles a bit better than I do.
Yes. I'll go over
What
and
is
check
it?
it out. What is it? Nicely.
Roll an Arcana check.
Can I cast guidance on Demir?
Sure.
That helps, doesn't it?
Okay. So here's the question. Does guidance stack with my warlock talisman stuff?
Yes.
You
Awesome.
add a D4 to an ability check of your choice.
I will also note that as you get closer to inspect it, you can see elements of illusion and enchantment woven into it.
That's a 19 Arcana.
19. Okay. So you know that elves do not need to sleep. However, there are certain spells that can allow for communication during rest. So this circle, if an elvish person steps into it and starts to trance and meditate, they would be able to achieve a state close enough to rest, to actual sleep, that they would be able to cast these spells to allow for unconscious communication.
I will relay that back to party.
So it's the
So
elfin
you-
sleepy circle. Got it.
if you want to
Interesting.
take a nap. Maybe you can get to the plane of dreaming.
Could be useful.
Maybe not here, at least.
Should we take some time to memorize this pattern?
If you feel like you need some beauty rest, I could probably sketch it in a free page and give it to you later.
maybe we come back to this room once we've explored more. Found the lab.
Mm-hmm. There's clearly nothing in
Wouldn't-
here that the hospitable would want us to find.
Well, is the chair bolted to the floor? Couldn't we shove it in the bag of holding? Replace some rocks?
Why are we taking a chair?
Why would we need a chair?
Wait, aren't the
We're
runes
talking
attached to the
about-
chair?
We're
Oh,
talking about
the
the
runes
circle.
on the floor, not the chair.
Yeah, they're in the
Sorry.
floor. Yeah. I mean, if
Well,
we,
it just needs
I
a
mean,
good
if we could
chair.
peel off the tiles, put those in the back of holding. Not suggesting we actually do that. To be
That's
fair.
not a bad
My
idea.
bag is still full of a lot of rocks, so I don't know if it would fit in.
Yeah, it probably might not survive.
Dump some rocks out,
we
take
just
some tiles.
Spread
Just
some
as far
magic
as,
rocks
like, weight
around in the
goes.
tower. It'll be so totally fine.
Are there
Just-
any other passageways, DM, out of here? Just the one door.
Just the one.
We should
Is,
probably head
uh,
back and pick a different door.
Yeah, what's up here?
If I remember correctly, DM said that was a statue of Mistra.
Yes, this is a statue of Mistra, and this seems to be a prayer cushion.
I'm going to go up to it and just. Is there there's nothing magical about the statue or anything. It's just mundane.
It's just a statue.
Are there any offerings on the base?
Roll investigation check.
Reminder that Zoda has crazy high investigation, so if you wanted to look at something for you, just let me know.
This is 17.
17, you don't see any offerings.
No? Well, okay. I'll put. I'm going to pull out some of my alchemist ingredients. I think I have some of the like dried alchemical flowers, and I'll put one of them at the base of the statue.
All right.
And then go back over.
Let's return back to the other room then. See what's through the next door.
Mhm.
I don't object.
Can we make a map? I don't
Aaron,
know
would
if
you
the
like to-
locations will change, but it might be a good idea to mark where things are.
I think Aaron is our resident map maker now.
Yeah, he'll get out his sketchbook and just put a little something together.
Map maker, make me a map.
He's gonna draw a little like dick, symbolizing this room. Like, all right.
All right. You've drawn the dick room.
It is dickish shaped, just a little chody.
Why did you have to point that out?
What? Aaron turned it into a dick first.
I guess it's fair. Anyway, if that's everything this room has for us, then
Right. You do have to cast another dispel to get back through.
That's fine. Lish will take that.
All right.
so that makes 2 dispels of the 11 we have available.
14. I have 3 more as well.
Yeah, I'm counting that.
Oh,
Don't
okay,
need to
never-
make an Arcana check. You just needed to cast the spell this time.
All right. So then is there just one other door then?
There's 8 in total, I think. Yeah, there's
Well-
4 on each side, not counting any
Yeah,
doors
there's
behind
this
the
one,
throne. And
this
one to get
one,
there.
this one, this one, this one,
Just a moment.
this one, this one,
There.
and this one.
Let's go clockwise, perhaps.
Clockwise.
Works for me.
Since we have a limited number of keys, so to speak, maybe we should sort of judge with our eyes where we need to go once we lift a barrier, so we don't have to spend 2 every time.
Well, we only had to cast the second one to get back through after a
If
few
we do it-
minutes. So if
if
we're
we do it
efficient in each
quickly.
room. Hmm.
Let's go in, go out, unless it's the laboratory in which we can spend more time.
Sort of what I was suggesting, yeah.
Right.
So,
All
you
right.
know.
So Lish will go over to this one here. Because we just went through this one, right? So
No, you
this
just
one
went
here.
through that one.
Oh, okay. We'll go to this one then.
Okay.
Oh, that's still freehand. Uh-oh.
Roll an Arcana check to along with your dispel while to get through this door.
Can I cast guidance on myself beforehand?
Sure.
Hey, I remembered that I have guidance, and now I'm gonna use the shit out of it.
Oh, I do too.
Take
So-
a note
Oh.
from Caduceus's
that's-
book.
A natty 20, so
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna
Didn't
stick
even
with
need it.
that.
Yeah, you get in with no problem. This seems to be more like a greenhouse room. I don't have a map for this one, so I'll just describe. You have to use your goddamn imagination for once. But this is something of a greenhouse. There's it's not really glass walls, but there's light shining through them, sort of simulating if this was a green room. Unfortunately, all the plants in here are very dead. Like it's clear that someone spent a lot of time like working on these plants and cultivating them and making sure that they're healthy and alive, and then that person just stopped and all of the plants grew wild and then died, but the light is still shining through.
Can I just do like a cursory investigation to see if I recognize anything interesting within the dead plants? Any species
Sure,
that
roll
I might
an investigation check.
fuck 4.
Or I mean, not really.
Wouldn't a nature
There's-
check make more sense? Or
Well,
druidcraft?
I'm searching, I guess.
Fair enough.
You can see I mean, the only thing that really sticks out to you is sort of a chalky stone-shaped mushroom.
Interesting. Do I recognize it?
With a 3? No. I mean, you
It
can
was
roll an Arcana check
I
if
got
you
a
want.
4. Thank you very much.
Sure, roll an Arcana check.
That is a 20. Dirty.
This is called a stone shroom. It's from the elemental plane of Earth. You would also know that it can be ingested or crushed to release spores, but when consumed in either of these ways, it allegedly increases your lung capacity, allowing you to hold your breath longer, but it leaves you feeling dizzy afterwards.
Okay. Lish is gonna try and very quickly use like a bit of fabric to wrap around it and pull it free.
Okay.
He'll use like druidcraft to help him not break it, keep it together.
Okay.
And otherwise, there's not enough time to investigate this more. Let's just head back.
All right.
So I get how many doses of water breathing mushroom thing?
Well, it's not water breathing.
Oh.
It just
What is it?
oh.
The air breathing?
It increases your lung capacity.
doubles the length player is able to hold their breath, but you get a -2 to perception afterwards, and you have 1 dose.
Okay.
How do you get rid of it.
Go back to the normal selection tool, and then just like select it, and then you hit delete. I was about to draw a mushroom there.
Yeah, that's what I was trying. Oh, there it is. Okay, I've selected it. Delete. There we go.
There you go. I'll
Aha.
let you draw the mushroom.
Okay, so we're headed back to the room.
Door
theme
number
room,
3.
and we're gonna go to the next one.
Door number
Alright.
3. Here.
This one seems to be a something like a small kitchen. Nothing spectacular, but there are a few elvish wines in there. And once again, it looks like it has not been touched in a long time.
Lish will
Elvish wines
take
for
any,
Lish.
yeah, elvish wine or spices that he sees as he just does a quick loop.
The wine's probably well aged.
I mean, yeah, I'll say you're able to find a couple of elvish wines that are probably still good.
How many do I get?
Roll investigation check.
Why am I doing all these investigations?
Why aren't you having me do them? Every time she says roll investigation check, I'm just thinking, man, it'd be handy to have a plus 12 for this.
I have a +1 investigation, so that's a 12.
You're able to find
I-
3.
Sorry, I was
bottles of wine.
muted. I meant to say, could I help Lish with the kitchen investigation?
Do
I
you
know,
want to
I could-
roll instead of me? I'll just
Send
help
in the
you.
kitchen expert.
Well, you already rolled, but that means you can have advantage.
Okay.
Oh,
Lish.
me? Okay, I'll
Yes.
roll again then.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted.
It's okay, it happens.
Make sure you
12
mark
it
off
is.
that dispel to get in.
I did.
Mhm.
I got it's still 12. So three elvish wine, and then how many what spices?
There are not any spices in here.
No
It looks
spices.
like that this room has been cleared out for the most part.
Okay. All right, back again. Lickety split. Lish is just like annoyed.
All right. Last one on this side. Roll another Arcana check to get in.
I'll have Zoda go in with you this time.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself again.
Are we all going in? And it's just magic dudes
you-
doing a loop?
If you want to.
Well, because if we
I don't
go
think-
into
I
a
don't think
room that
it's-
we all want to be in.
Yeah.
I had
I think
assumed that we were
it's-
all going in.
I think everybody's
been
going in
sort of-
case something happens.
Okay, fair enough.
That's a 12. Arcana.
12. You try to walk in, and just like how it was with the Plane of Dreams, you end up walking out on the other side here.
Lish is just like, did it burn the dispel?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Lish just looks at Valk like, you do it.
I have an int of 10. I have 0 on my Arcana.
I cast guidance on you.
Okay. Which guidance is a D4, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you add it.
Oh, could I get a bard inspiration?
Bardic inspiration.
You're a D6 at the moment still, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck. 9.
You walk out next to Lish.
Wait, are we able to assist on these
Given that this-
Arcana checks?
Okay, correct me if
Okay.
I'm wrong. I'm assuming that the Arcana check is part of the spell magic, because I'm pretty sure that's a clause in it. If it's a higher level spell that you're able to deal with.
Fair enough. Well,
But I do wonder if Zoda might be able to give Lish another shot if he fails the roll. Using
Let's
the
do-
arcane, whatever it's called.
Let's do the next room and then come back to this one.
Fair enough.
since
Colonel
this
Ship,
side
that's
so
what's
far has been
Cooking. Why are we at this one? We're at this one down here.
Well, it's because you tried to walk through that one and then ended
Oh.
up coming the other side
Oh,
because you
I
failed
see.
your Arcana checks.
Huh, maybe they are connected then, if that's the case.
You got to think in portals.
uh-oh,
I
I just deleted
do not
myself.
think-
Well,
Hold on.
I guess Volk has lost herself in the tower.
Okay.
Bye guys.
lost
It's
Volk!
been nice gaming with y'all.
Oh no,
Seeing as
she's
how we popped
dead.
out this way.
I do not have a backup character prepped. Although if we're fitting with the theme, I should play half orc lady. Or at least a green skin.
Do Naga.
We haven't had any Yuan-Tis yet.
That's what they're
Ooh.
called. Okay.
I could do a hobgoblin.
You could do a hobgoblin.
I like
Lish-
hobgoblins. They're interesting.
Since we popped out of this side, I think Lish will just stay here and cast it again. If these are in fact connected, he's gonna see.
Okay.
And do the dispel over here.
All right. Roll the Arcana check.
I'm casting
With
guidance on
guidance.
myself again.
Mhm.
Oh my god, fucking hell.
How low is it?
Well, it's a 10 on the die, but let's see. Oh, +4, so 14.
It's not bad.
14 total.
Yeah.
Man.
You'll cast it again.
Hold on. Demira is going to give him a smooch and a bardic inspiration.
And he'll cast guidance on himself again. And roll.
We're going through this. Where's the ping? Are we going through the one that you're at or the one that I am at? Since this side of the room seems to be
the one that I just popped out of by Zoda.
okay.
He's just gonna go back and forth and back and forth. Oh, here, what am I doing? Arcana check.
If you get like a single digit on the die, I can give you one reroll, but I can only do it twice a day.
Oops. Oh, well, let's do that again. That's 18 total.
18. All right. That's enough. You're able to step into the room, and what you find is something of a small office. There is a chair and a desk and a few bookshelves. You can see a ledger on the desk itself. There's another chair facing the desk, so this is like for meeting like someone one-on-one. You get the vibes.
I cast guidance and I assist Lish on the investigation of the books.
All right.
Does that just give me advantage?
And a D4.
I thought it was just a D4. Oh wait,
No,
assist
because
and-
I'm
assist
assisting and
okay.
guidance.
I'll also have Zoda look.
You don't read Elvish.
Oh right. Never mind. I wouldn't be much help.
Some of them are in common, but most of them, the vast majority, are in Elvish. Most of these books are ledgers from years past, honestly. There's a very thorough bookkeeping going on here, discussing the economics of the city of the Turning Spire itself, keeping track of the things coming and going, keeping track of the people coming and going, keeping track of population, stuff like that.
Falk's just like, nerd shit.
Administrative nerd shit.
Kind of looking it over, it doesn't seem like it's anything hinky. It seems kind of normal.
It seems pretty normal. Yeah, like someone was very thorough when keeping their books for centuries.
Yeah, I was going to
got-
say, when is the latest ledger? Like, when is the last date of the ledger?
Same year as the year of the ledgers down in the city below.
Okay. I think we found the hospitable's office.
I got a 19 on my investigation.
Yeah, lots of bookkeeping. You're able to find a couple of extra books in common that are talking about some of them are more academically focused on talking about like safe harvesting of wood from nearby forests without causing too much disruption to the environment. Equitable living books. Let's see, there's a couple of theory books on that are written in Elvish discussing like kind of philosophy. Is it the duty of elves to be involved in the lives of shorter lived races? Like, should we try to assist them, or should it be more like we let them make mistakes? Because once you live long enough, you kind of know what mistakes to make and what can't, but these people don't live nearly as long. So is it our job to try to help out with that? And just kind of philosophizing on that.
Elvish paternalism.
Yeah.
English just kind of smiles reading that. Nothing on Mistra.
Nope.
Okay, let's go.
How many more keys do we have on the chain, so to speak?
Not many.
I have 2 more.
Okay.
I'll stay on standby in case either of you think you need it. I can't dispel the magic, but I can sort of, let's say, nudge it a little.
I have 2 spell slots left for it. I'm not burning my sticks.
Well, let's hope we get lucky with these last 4 then. I guess I'll take the next room. Can I have a bardic?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That is freehand again.
I'm doing that one. I'll let you know if I get single digits. Hiya. I got single digits. Help.
All right, I will burn 1 Chronal Shift to give you a reroll.
Does that all the dice or just the D20?
Be
You
just
can
the
force the
D20,
creature
I
to
believe.
re-roll. You make a decision after you see whether it succeeds or fails. You must use the result of the second roll.
Excuse me while I take a moment to see what dice is actually behaving today, because it's most certainly not the one I've been using. Okay, it's those two. Hiya. God damn it, 14.
Nope.
Where does it pop her out at? Over
Opposite
here at the
side.
book
Probably
room?
over here. Yeah.
Yeah, it pops you out over here.
Well, it didn't help that I rolled both a 1 on my bardic inspiration and a 1 on my guidance.
If we need to, we might be able to rest up again to get our energies back. I know that we don't want to stay here for long, though.
I will cast guidance on myself and try and dispel this one again.
You get the kiss and the bardic inspiration. And then I am holding off on. I have one last bardic inspiration, and I will hold off on it.
I will use my second coronal if we really think we need it, but I would rather also save it in case we need it in like a fight.
Well, if we can't go through a door, we can't get into a fight.
That's true.
That's a 19.
That's
19.
good.
All right. You're able to step through and you're able to find what seems to be more of a formal greeting room. This room has a couch. There is a rug on the floor, a couple of tables, including a sort of pentagonal shaped coffee table of blue marble. This is a more formal sitting area.
Any shelves, anything of note to investigate?
There is a shelf. There's not too much on it. There's a few more academically focused books on it and a globe model of the world.
Should I
Demir
roll
is.
an investigation check? Should I roll investigation or?
Sure, roll investigation check.
So I was gonna say, Demir is just taking all the books that we have seen. She has been taking.
All right, I'll make a nice list for you later.
Awesome.
That's a 15 around
15.
the room.
You don't really see much that's standing out to you. It seems like, whereas the other sitting room was more focused on like probably the archmages themselves for relaxing or lounging, in addition to the circle that would allow them to rest. But there's in here, this one seems more like, I'm going to have like professional company and I want to get out the nice couches to sit on.
Break out the fine sittery.
Exactly.
It's the formal living room as opposed to the actual living room that you use day to day.
Mm-hmm.
Lish seems to be getting impatient as he walks around the table and heads back to the doorway.
Okay.
Well, I got one more. You have one more, right?
I have one more.
Well,
Do you want to start at the top instead? Maybe
yeah.
over here, actually.
I'm down for cutting it in the middle. I'll take that door. My guidance.
Okay.
I cross my fingers and hope for what, a 15?
You don't know.
19.
Yeah.
Yay!
Let me take you over to the next map.
Yo, we found it. I think.
We got a lab.
Whoa.
Oh shit.
Oh, we
That's a
got
map.
something, all right.
What the fuck is this?
It's a
A
map.
library?
You're able to find something akin to a library. It's
Oh.
a very vast. There's a couple of different levels. There's various desks about. There's a large table in the center of the room with a map on it. And there's lots of scrolls over here, lots of desks, as I said. And interestingly enough, up here, there's something of a loft and another door.
If we're gonna be poking around at books, be very careful with anything that's like a spell book.
Question, because again, my brain's a sieve. Did we have to cast to get back, or just going through?
There's a time window.
There's
I know there's a time.
window.
Yeah.
Well,
If we're not out of the time window, we don't have to cast to go back.
well, we're in a library. We need information. We might miss the window.
If we get locked in, we could probably just like transportation circle out because Zoda does have that prepared.
Fair enough.
I also have teleportation circle.
Mhm.
I need more books. Room for books. Demir is like looking around at all these books and kind of like
Don't
trying
feel
to
like you need
figure out.
don't feel
how
like you
to
need to
get
take
these.
everyone.
What's the organization scheme? Are the individual like sections sectioned, or is it just pure random? Is it alphabetized?
I would
What
be
are we
amazed if
looking
they
at?
didn't have. I'd be amazed if we didn't have some sort of Dewey Decimal System in place in here.
There does seem to be a system to the books, but it is of the Archmage's own design.
Oh yeah.
They seem to be based on, while looking around at the shelves. I'll tell you what, roll a perception check for me.
Can I do that as well?
15 plus whatever I add.
You should be able to move your tokens, by the way.
17.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Big room.
Okay. So you get the impression that while there are a great number of books in here that are set up for the sake of running a city, there are also various books that are directly related to whatever the Archmages themselves were investigating. Toby is over here looking at a necklace that seems to be in a display case.
There's loot.
There are a few locked cupboards. They're over here, as I mentioned, by where Zoda is standing. There are many scrolls. Lish, over where by you're standing, there is what seems to be a fancy lantern. Let's see. Erin, you're able to spot what seems to be a very fancy dagger in a display case that's over here.
Hey.
So a lantern, a pendant. That's
Hey,
not
wait a
how you
minute.
spell.
Terrio told us about all of these things, so he
Oh,
might
yeah,
have
he
found
did.
what we were looking for sure.
As I'm looking through, I got a 17 on my perception check. I'm looking for magical auras in the books. I'm looking for
There's magical auras all over this room.
uh,
Fun.
Well, it
Well,
looks like
Like lots of different things.
oh boy. Yeah. Is there like are the books magical?
Some of them are, some of them are not.
Okay.
Well, it looks like we're gonna do a crawl and make sure we can check every single aura.
Zoda's looking through the scrolls over here, by the way. She's keeping an eye out for anything that might have spells inscribed on them,
Okay.
and also like taking note of anything that's just sort of like a, like
Yeah.
notes
Any
written
scrolls
down.
of dispel magic?
That's sort of what I'm looking for as well, because like, there's no way that they relied completely on their own magical stores for spell magic to get around. So they probably had some spare keys under the mat, as it were.
Roll
Of course,
an
they probably
investigation check.
didn't
I'll
flub
forget
there.
those. Let's go.
Oh, what did I get with my perception check, by the way?
Let's see. Hang on. Where are you in the room?
Over here-ish. I don't know.
There.
Investigation.
You are noticing some a locked cabinet.
Fuck it. I cast detect magic on it.
Okay.
Spend my
There
second chrono shift.
are a few magical auras within the locked cabinet,
But not the lock itself.
but not the lock itself.
Boo!
21. I had to spend my second chrono shift to get this, but it's worth it.
Okay. Zoda, you are able to find a couple of things. There is a scroll that seems very purposefully sealed, and it's kind of tucked away in the back, like it's a for emergencies only sort of deal.
Wish.
It you can't see the magical aura of it.
She probably won't open it though.
Yeah.
She'll be like, "This looks
So-
important. I should have someone look at this."
You see another thing that is locked. Another little cabinet.
Really?
I break my cabinet open.
Roll a strength check.
I feel like what happens is that Demir starts to be like, don't touch anything, and then Vault just punch.
15, 19.
Cool.
Poosh!
You're able to break it open, no problem. Opening it up, you see 7 potions.
Ooh, potions.
Don't touch anything.
Meanwhile, while
You said
Uh,
7
Demir is-
potions?
7.
Identify.
While Demir is reprimanding Volk, Zoda's going to break out her thieves' tools and go to work on that cabinet.
Zoda breaking in. Valk just punches through and pulls the lock out of the door on hers.
Okay.
Lish is gonna cast Identify on his lantern that he found.
All right. Let me send you the info for that. Just one moment here. There we go.
I just love the mental image of everyone just quietly looking through the room and they just hear a crash as Valk punches through a cabinet.
All right. So Lish, you have that. Zoda, make your dexterity check. Do you have proficiency in thieves' tools?
I do, in fact.
All right. So add your proficiency.
Sick. That's a 9 plus 5 plus 4. So that's 18.
18. All right. So you get the impression that this cabinet was locked for a reason.
Uh-oh.
Because when you open it, you see a scroll case. The case itself is finely engraved fir wood box with a demon's face painted on it. And it's impossible to tell if this decoration is a warning or a tribute.
Hey guys, I think I found something.
Something bad?
Probably.
Touch it.
I'm not planning on it.
This whole place is full of magic items. Stop breaking things.
I didn't break a magic item.
Aaron wanders over to see what Zoda's pointing at, just very obviously
And demon
holding a
box.
knife he did not have before.
Demon box? Demon box. She's not touching it.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, that's not getting touched until it gets identified.
Can I
So,
go
so,
through?
sort of like cursing under breath. I should have probably identified.
Can I go through the room? There are like a bunch of display boxes, right?
There are a few, yeah.
Oh, are there
I'm-
labels on the potions in Elvish?
There are not labels.
Dicks.
I'd like to go through all of the displayed items and check them for magical auras
Okay.
and yeah.
There are a few pieces of elvish jewelry that just seem like they're expensive or otherwise antiques that are on display. Tobias is over by a emerald necklace that has abjuration. Pretty powerful abjuration. There's also the display case that Erin spotted with an emerald dagger that transmutation, I'll say.
Okay. And the rest is just mundane jewelry.
Yeah, jewelry or like spell focuses.
Okay. There's the necklace and the dagger are magical. The rest are just mundane.
Well, it's funds for saving the world. Even the mundane ones.
Wizard tax.
Yeah, hubris tax.
You guys,
Scary, I
never
guess.
mind. It's not. There's no use.
So,
Yeah.
so there's a drawer full of scrolls. I assume those are magical.
They
And
seem
then
very
there's-
magical, and it's got a demon face painted on it, so I don't want to touch that.
Then there's the demon box. In the bookshelves, are there any other magical or like strong magical auras, or is it all just kind of hodgepodge of magic?
It's all kind of hodgepodge.
Okay.
So the loot items of note so far are the lantern, the emerald necklace, that's abjuration, the emerald dagger, that's transmutation, 2 scrolls, 7 potions, the demon scroll, and then some mundane jewelry.
Mhm.
Jameer, could you
I'll
check
send
this?
a nice long list of books
Yeah.
later.
Cool.
Also, the emerald, the pendant, and the dagger are still in cases, correct? Zoda
Yes.
can break them out if we want them.
We want them.
Tobias
Yeah.
requests your
Ooh.
help in getting out the emerald necklace.
Cool. Let's
Yeah,
these
we'll
fools
do.
it up.
So I have identify. I can do it 4 times, but that would be all my spells.
But then you're just a short rest.
For 2 of them.
If you give me a bit, I could probably get my own identify sorted away. I did learn. I just forgot to prep it because I'm an idiot.
How does identify work on potions? Is it 1 per, or do you get like a batch?
It's 1 per.
1 per.
Oh, that's inconvenient.
The potions do look
Hey.
fairly similar, but you don't know.
I think
I I have 3 more uses of identify if we want to, if we're confident there's nothing in the next room that'll kill us. Not that I'll be of that much help with all these dispels, but
I say we
mean,
should probably identify the scroll and maybe the 2 emerald items. The potions can wait.
I'll just do the demon scroll, or unless Demir, would you like to?
Why don't you take that? I'll take this emerald amulet that Tobias wants.
Speaking
Plus,
of,
we have a pretty decent guess for what the potions are. We were told there were going to be potions, at least.
speaking of the amulet, Zoda got a 16 on breaking the case, Squawk.
A 16.
16 Thieves Tools check, yeah.
You're just not quite getting it.
Valk walks up and goes, "Oh, I got a key." Boom.
Are you sure
Okay.
that's a?
Can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Sure.
Literally, what did I just say? Like,
A 4.
A 4. Okay. So you take lucky you, I rolled well. 39 force damage, but the glass is broken now.
So basically, I break the glass and then get launched across the room.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
Hey,
that's fucking hilarious.
Zoda
Tobias
and
just
not
looks
Volk.
fucking baffled, but he picks up the necklace to look at it.
Hey, Zoda, but not Volk. Can you help me get this thing out? And he'll-
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
She starts walking over with the lockpicks and whatnot.
I'm going to identify that amulet from Tobias.
Okay.
17 base on unlocking the thing, and then got the
Awesome.
5 and 4.
Okay. One thing at a time. Hold on.
Yeah, of course. I'm just getting it out while there was silence.
Okay.
Take your time.
Let's see. You get this info, Demir, for the necklace.
Oh,
Ignore the specific stuff that's
Okay.
not related to this campaign, but
Yeah.
that is the stuff.
okay.
Moving on. Okay, Zoda, you got
Valk licks her
I think it's
wounds
tw-
and uses magic to
If
heal
it's-
herself.
Yeah, if it's dexterity plus proficiency for these 2, I believe it's a 26 total.
okay, cool. So you're able to get out the emerald dagger just fine. Let me pull up the description. This dagger looks simple, but is particularly well balanced. Only the emerald that adorns this weapon indicates that this item is precious. The blade is made of steel and the handle is made of vine wood.
Do you mind if I hold on to this until I'm able to identify it, Aaron?
Sure, yeah. Wouldn't want to,
Better be
strange
cursed than
blades
you, right?
found, yeah, without knowing what's happening. Hey, I resent that implication.
I was implying it.
Also, what do the identify say about the items we got? As Valk's brushing rubble off of her.
Well, this one here that Tobias has gives a bonus to saving and
Right.
makes it so you can't be grappled.
Oh, that's handy.
That's fine.
And the lantern? Is that the revealing lantern that we were told about?
Uh,
I think Lish identified it.
Yeah,
so-
that's a question for Lish.
I put it in the loot chat.
Oh, okay.
Must be then. Right, and I forgot. And now Zoda approaches Demir with the dagger, since it was discussed. It was sort of said that she'd look at it.
Yep. I will identify that.
All right. Let me send that to you.
Oh. Ooh, interesting. So, this makes you more dexterous. You'll have advantage on acrobatics, sleight of hands, and stealth checks as long as you are in a heavily forested area. I will post in the loot chat.
The dagger?
Ooh,
Huh.
that's interesting.
That
That's
sounds
cool.
That does sound interesting, if a bit niche.
Valk, I will say in relation to the healing potions, what you assume to be the healing potions, given by the color, they as I said, you assume they might be healing potions given that they're red, but you do notice that they turn a kind of a greenish color when the water or the liquid itself is agitated.
Interesting. Right. If you have anything left more in you, there's another scroll, not in the demon box, that looks pretty interesting. It's sort of shoved in the corner, kind of like they were saving it for an emergency. I don't want to touch it because, knowing wizards, of course, they like to trap everything they don't want you to get your hands on.
Yep.
As I'm sure Valkyria so gladly demonstrated for us.
Lish will identify that one creepy scroll too.
The demon scroll.
Yeah.
Do you guys want me to identify the hidden scroll?
Yeah, there's the one that was shoved in the corner and the one that's in the demon case.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
those should get
So-
identified.
They should.
Lish
The
is
question
on
is
the
which you
demon
want to know
one.
more. Okay.
I'll go with the hidden one.
Okay.
Oh. Oh no.
That doesn't sound good.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Do you want to share with the class?
This is a scroll of gate, and specifically summoning a demon from the nine hells.
The
Oh,
Demon
interesting.
scroll or the
The
one that was
demon
cut from
scroll
the
or the-
corner?
Goristro.
The demon scroll is a hellfire scroll. I posted it in the loot chat.
That's a little concerning. Why do they have a demon summoning thing? I mean, I
Wizard
guess
hubris.
You get the
There it is.
impression that these scrolls sort of hidden away they are in the great amount of effort it took for you to get to them. These were likely confiscated.
Oh, so it's contraband.
So we'll have to
Second thought, maybe they had a troublemaker in the town.
the demon scroll seems like it's less of an issue. But the scroll of gate should probably maybe get taken care of.
Burned, probably.
Okay, so
Or
have
however
we gotten everything that looks like it's on display and like readily available, DM? We've
Yes.
picked every lock in the cabinets that are clearly available.
Well, not every lock. If you want all that jewelry, gonna have to have someone make some more checks for that.
If you're sure.
kind of gestures towards it.
I
Also,
mean, I guess no one's using it, right?
and I do need to be heading out here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, let's
Yeah, it is about 12.
have those
I'll do
last
some-
couple of checks, and I'll be able to
and
tell you how much
one
you're able.
last thing. Were there any other scrolls in the scroll summary that be useful, like any basic spells or anything?
Not really. There's just a lot of vellum available so that they could perhaps write their own scrolls if they wanted to.
So it'll still pocket a couple pages of that. Free spell
Mhm.
writing material isn't a bad thing at all.
Yeah.
All right.
So
How many
I'll
checks
tell
do
you
you want
what,
me to roll?
make 3 more checks with your thieves tool kit.
3, okay. I'll just roll 3d20 then. All right, in order, we've got a 3 plus 9, a 6 plus 9, and an 11 plus 9. So
Okay.
that would be a 12, a 15, and a 20.
You're able to get some of the jewelry, but not all of it. It's enough.
On the one that he missed, could our person of knowing how much stuff is get an estimate on it?
Yeah, I can use my glint eye.
That would be appreciated. Because if it's worth enough,
Oh, I see.
I have healing.
Well, it's your life. I'm not going to tell you how to spend it.
What does my glint eye say?
Glint Eye says that this piece of jewelry is probably about 2,560 gold pieces.
Yeah, 2,560 gold pieces. I think that might be worth it.
Smash and grab time, I guess.
Boom.
All right. What did I have you make before?
It was a Constitution save.
Constitution saving throw.
7.
All right, you take
8.
24 damage,
Okay.
but you're able to get it.
Worth it. Val just punch, grabs it, blasted back, rolling over a couch, and then the hand just comes up with the jeweler and goes, worth it.
So with that, we will call it for the day.
Very, very productive session, I gotta say.
Thank you so much for playing, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for DMing and setting up this wonderful maze.
Yeah.
As always.
And we will see you next time.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry, I fucking